power enough to seize or destroy the world.
Take this girl away. Come on, lady.
Captain West, I want to know the connection between this plane crash and Dr. Zorka's death. Unless you tell me...
All right, arrest her.
It must work. As the Phantom, there is nothing that I cannot do.
Rocket plane 8 miles off Devil's Point, heading for the Navy anchorage. Bob, look!
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday night Scream Stream Minisodes. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening, everybody.
And as you can see, Evan's not joining us by camera tonight, although I don't have his little image pulled up on our 2-shot yet, but you can see him here. There it is. That's as you can see, a static image of Evan.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. There it is. Right.
There I am.
There you are. You see, we had a good standby image. Yeah, look at you with that sly little smile on your face. Up to no good.
I've decided to keep my invisible man shtick going for another week. I'm only audio tonight, but I'm here.
That's all right. You're here. You are.
Heard.
That's the important thing. You're here. We're all here because we're back. We are back after a very, very shockingly good Shocktober. It was it was one for the books, as they say. We had a lot of fun over here, but we had to take a little break. We had to hibernate a little bit. We were working hard during Shocktober, so we took a little bit of time to chillax a little bit. And let's see. I'm gonna try to add Evan's image here, so you're gonna see it do all kinds of crazy things for a few minutes, but don't worry about that. But yes, we are back, and you know what? I'd say it feels pretty dang good to be back.
Kicking off, what is this now? Season...
Say, 20? Do you know? 20, yep, it's season 20. We've made it. It's time to what do you even call that? Your 20th anniversary? There's not a thing for your 20th
Copper Jubilee or something.
Yeah, some kind of jubilee or whoa, didn't want to do that. Some kind of something. So we're actually it's 12, which might as well be 20 at this point, right? I mean, come on. I mean, when you've been on for 12 seasons, a little over 100 episodes, you've seen some things. On this show, don't even get me started about the stuff we've seen. Don't even get Evan started about the stuff that we've seen on this show.
I'm pretty excited about what we're going to be seeing tonight.
Yes, seeing tonight and seeing all season long, which again, if you're new to the show, you'll know that this season is our always like season after Halloween is extended. We ride this one out all the way through the winter because if you know me, I'm
long winter ahead.
Yeah, I'm not a big winter guy, so we like to ride it out with one long winter season. So definitely pretty stoked to be bringing. Yeah, there you are. To be bringing. Yeah, perfect.
I look so smug.
You do look so smug. What was? See, I told Evan this is the. I'm picking whatever pops up, whatever's the first screenshot that I grab, and that was it.
So I'm just gonna be extremely smug for the rest of the night. So I hope you're ready for that.
Yeah, we'll just have to know that Evan is condescending to us. He's looking down on us the whole time. It's all right. Look. No, I think what better way to spend this extended season than with an extended mystery? I mean, come on, you can't beat a good mystery. And on this show, for our minisodes, we alternate between TV series and these cliffhanger serials. And I'd say almost all of them kind of have some element of mystery. Well, I don't know. That's a good question. Would you say the last serial that we watched, Evan, had the mystery to it?
Well, let's see. Remind me, our last, that was Urania, right?
Right. The Phantom Empire.
Yeah, the Phantom Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Was that much of a mystery?
No, I really don't think so. When you break it down, not too much of a mystery.
I think usually episode to episode, the biggest mystery was, okay, what are they gonna retcon to save our hero after the cliffhanger? Right.
Yeah, we exactly. That was about it, and we always kind of knew how that was gonna work out. Yeah, and you knew who the bad guys were. It was all pretty. Yeah, they weren't really hiding much from you in the Phantom Empire. But I'd say a good number of the other serials that we've watched, certainly the one that we watched before the Phantom Empire, The Whispering Shadow, that was all about mystery. As Evan knew firsthand, because Evan was tracking the mystery week after week.
I was trying to.
You turned into a detective when we were watching that. I mean, you wanted to solve the mystery, and ultimately, they tricked you.
We were fooled.
They got you. Well, us. I didn't figure it out. I didn't know who it was going to be.
We might be breaking out our detective hats again.
We might be. I mean, again, anything that has mystery in the title, you would certainly hope that it's going to be a worthy mystery. And this serial ought to be interesting. It'll be a little different, A lot of the serials that we watch, they're 12 chapters. Guess what? Guess how many this has? Can you guess?
20.
13. Ooh. Spooky. Yeah, so we're no
The spooky mystery.
damn it, should have done this last season. No, I think this is perfect. I mean, again, what we'll see with this. I haven't seen it before, but I think we'll find that not really too much horror content. Maybe we'll get some stuff that kind of leans sci-fi, but this is largely going to be a World War II set mystery thriller cliffhanger serial.
Okay.
So
Set in. Have we said the title?
Maybe we haven't, because for this season of our minisodes, we're going to be watching the 1944 cliffhanger serial, The Great Alaskan Mystery. And a great mystery I'm hoping that it will be. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I am hoping. So we'll see. But The Great Alaskan Mystery, like I said, anything with mystery in the title, it bodes well, I hope. We'll see. I'm excited.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. What's the mystery? I think the mystery is why did they sell us Alaska for $7?
Yeah, maybe we're finally going to get some answers regarding that mysterious deal.
This is the real fixer-upper.
Right. That's what it is. This is what we're going to find out, kind of how they sold us a bill of goods. No disparagement to Alaska. I don't know that we have any viewers in Alaska, but if we do, then these next 13 plus weeks are for you. Kathy's about as close as we, I mean, up in Canada. I mean, hey, it's closer than we are, probably. I don't know geography too good, so couldn't tell you. So maybe this will
on the map. Alaska looks like it's right there.
Right. So maybe this.
You just fly across that perfect square across the void and right into Alaska.
Right. That's how it works. Yeah. So hopefully this will teach me some things about geography too along the way. But I mean, it ought to be interesting. This is like I said, it's 1944, so it's the latest serial that we've watched. A lot of the past few serials that we've watched, at least the last two, were from the early 30s. So we're jumping ahead 10 years. So we'll see if the effects and the technology and all that is any improvement. Certainly there will be some degree of improvement because this serial doesn't come from a Poverty Row studio, but it comes from Universal. So, some tried and true quality, and we've seen some Universal serials on this show. Of course, the very first serial that we watched, The Phantom Creeps, which we saw the trailer coming in our pre-roll for that. That stars, of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Bela Lugosi.
What year was Phantom Creeps again?
That was 39.
It's okay. So this is after that.
Yeah, so this is after that. But a lot of the same technical people that were involved, at least a few that were involved with Phantom Creeps, are also involved here. Universal, much like the other studios that had serial units, kind of you just employed the same people from serial to serial. So as we go through week after week, we'll talk about some of the people involved, and some of the cast members will certainly be familiar. There's no big names here tonight, but certainly people from things that we've seen on the show or that are in horror movies from the time that were made at Universal. So we'll see trailers for those things over the next few weeks. Again, any excuse to talk Universal horror. So it's always weird when we get something that's Universal, but it's not horror. But it'll be close enough. So it'll be a lot of fun kind of getting into those connections.
So do you know if there are there sci-fi elements to this one, like some of the other mystery things we've seen?
I believe that there is some kind of I don't think I'm using the right words here, but some kind of doomsday weapon, some kind of weapon.
Is there a giant robot? Is really what I'm building to.
Dude, see, the problem is last time we got spoiled with our last serial and the robot action that we got. Because let me tell you, those are the best robots we've ever seen.
Some good robots on this show.
And that we have, but those robots especially, because they were just working men. You know, those robots, every time we saw them, were they doing anything important to the plot? No, they were crossing in front of the shot, carrying something, while the characters are running around in the background. And you're like,
were Union robots.
Yeah, it's doing and that's why they showcase them, because we want to show some hardworking robots, you know, using their blood, sweat, and tears to power this underground city. And
then they get blown up. So who's the real villain?
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah. So and I just realized I got to change on the side there. It says suspense. We're not watching suspense.
Does it, Garrett?
Yeah, you're really smug about that, aren't you, Evan? It's too perfect. It really fits.
It looks like I'm looking right at it.
It does. It really does. I love it. You're just eyeballing the huge mistake over on the side of the screen. But yeah, so we got spoiled with the robot action. I don't know if we'll get any robot action here, but we'll at least get some kind of science fiction death device, and we'll get a bunch of people trying to get their hands on it. This time Nazis. You know, all the other stuff that we've been watching, it's been pre-World War II, so you don't have that ultimate bad guy.
Do you think Dr. Zorka, like his weapons ended up in some World War II laboratory?
Oh, absolutely. You know that was a robot that they were dying to get their hands on.
That was somebody's secret weapon.
With his scary monster face. I mean, yeah, what do you like?
Goblin robot.
You don't want anybody to fuck with your robot, make it look scary. I think as a mad scientist, I think his decision making there made perfect sense. You know, whereas the robots in Phantom Empire, you know, they have very simple kind of like cardboard cutout facial features, you know, like triangle nose, button eyes, you know, not much there. Though they weren't intimidating for that, but for their sheer physical strength, that made those robots a little bit more intimidating. So, you know, we need to have some kind of robot death match. We need to be figuring out which of these robots, fictional cliffhanger serial robots, would win in a fight. We should have been onto that a long time ago.
Yeah, we'll have a round table about that at some point. Mm-hmm. Who would win in a fight between the robot from Phantom Creeps and the robot from, what is it called? Phantom Empire?
Phantom, yeah, it's the Phantoms head to head, man. You gotta love that. Some Phantom action.
I was doubting myself for a second there. I'm like, they're not both Phantom, are they?
I was having to do that too, like in my head, question like, wait, what am I saying these titles right? It's not easy to keep track of. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. I think it's going to be a nice change of pace. I think that we're gonna have fun with it. Yeah, I mean, we're, you know, always happy when we get into another serialized story and a mystery at that. So, anything else before we get into it tonight, Evan?
Yeah, I think an alternate title for this show, the Great Phantom Mystery. Let's just keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes perfect.
The Great Alaskan Phantom.
The Great Alaskan Phantom. Yeah, all the serials that we watch have to have the word Phantom in the title. It's the new mandate moving forward. That's what That's what we're decreeing. Only Phantom in the Titan. There's certainly more out there.
The Great Alaskan Phantom kind of sounds cool. Like
does the Great Alaskan Phantom, or some kind of like
or a superhero
crazy roller coaster. It's some like
there
very cold Alaskan theme park. That'd be a terrible place to build like a roller coaster outdoor theme park. Is Alaska. You fucking get off the roller coaster and your like nose is frozen off. That's why they don't build those kinds of theme parks in Alaska.
It's a destination theme park.
Yep, that's what it is. Yeah, so we're gonna be enjoying it. I'm excited. And I see Sears in the house. Welcome, Sears. And yeah, I mean, we're, again, we're gonna be stretching this all the way out through the holiday season. So we're gonna be, that's why I think this cereal was a good pick. Going with that cold theme. So we'll see.
Well, it's got, watching this is gonna make me want to put on a sweater.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start drinking like some kind of spiked hot chocolate at night when we watch these.
Well, it's almost time for eggnog season.
Oh, bro, don't even get me started. I'm going to make sure I get to the grocery store early enough. Last time I actually was able to find eggnog like pretty close to Christmas. So I bought a lot of it and then I had way too much left over. So I've got to kind of modulate my eggnog purchases this holiday season.
So you panic bought
I did panic buy eggnog.
I get it, man. Sometimes you go to the store, it's wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
People go ham on that eggnog.
They do. I mean, I know there have been times where I've literally had to crawl into the grocery store freezer to be able to reach the last carton all the way in the very back of the shelf that didn't get pushed down.
Right,
and
you got to fight the employee of the grocery store for it.
Right. The links you'll go to. I don't know. I'll just have to go to Cookout and get some eggnog milkshakes. Just
well, there you go.
That's the way to do it. But did I already ask you anything else before we get into it, Evan?
So are we starting? Are we just starting at 0?
Yes, just starting at 0.
All right, I've got it pulled up.
All right, Evan's got it pulled up. So, and see, I don't have Evan's little picture in here either. Hold on, let me put it in so we can see him smugly watching.
That might be copyrighted.
Smugly watching. Wait, nobody look at what?
My profile picture.
Oh. Yeah, nobody look. I thought you were talking about the smug picture we're using for you. I was like, what do you mean copy? I took this image. This is mine. Okay. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. All right. Okay. Well, without further ado, Evan, if you have it queued up.
I sure do.
We're going to go ahead and get into the exciting beginning of the Great Alaskan Mystery, Chapter 1, entitled... Oh, God, what is it entitled? I don't have it up right here. Let's see. Entitled...
Copyright only dedication.
Entitled Shipwrecked Among Icebergs. So there it is. Shipwrecked Among Icebergs. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, so I'm sure you guys will recognize some of the faces that we'll see here. Some. God, Evan, you're just sitting there all smug. I look down at you to see what your reaction is, and I have to remind myself that's not actually you.
Do you mean that's not how I always look?
Yeah, that's how you always look. So this Alaskan footage, all this winter footage came from an interesting source, which we'll discuss later. Oh, hang on to that. Whoa, we're going down.
Coming in hot.
Why does it seem like we're starting on a cliffhanger? I'm sorry, did we start an episode in too soon?
Yeah, where's chapter 0?
Oh, he's not happy. Yep, you look at him, he's putting his hands on his hips.
It's all akimbo.
Hey, what's the idea? You can't cut a plane straight up. She'll conk out every time.
I know, Bob. I just thought I'd try a whipstall.
Well, you stick a straight fly, Miss Miller, till you've had more hours. You know I have a good mind not to send your papers through for your license.
But I pulled out of the spin, didn't I? I did remember everything you told me.
Well, sure,
Calm
but you
down,
barely
Indiana
knew it.
Jones.
Oh, Bob, I've got to have that license today. I've just got to.
Oh, I see. You've already told your father. Now you must make good.
Well, that's one reason. Bob, do I get the license?
We'll see.
Well, you're gonna give her the license after she pulled a stunt like that?
How far away shall I hold the receiver, Dr. Miller? Halfway across the room, Dr. House.
Both these guys are popped up in a lot of Universal horror movies. Whoa.
What is it, my dear?
I made it.
Made it? Made what?
My pilot's license, don't you remember? I wanted to have it today to surprise Jim.
Of course, I'd forgotten. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm the one who should be sorry. I came bursting in on something important.
Oh, that's all right.
It looks like she almost got laser.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's alright, dear. I just almost blew your head off.
Yes, certainly not.
That must
Whoa.
be Jim. Turn it off.
Turn it off. What? On, off, on, off. We can't keep playing this game, okay?
Daddy, here.
Well, how are you, my lad?
Fine, sir.
I thought you were in uniform.
Well, I was. I have a medical discharge.
Medical discharge.
Medical
Oh, they don't
discharge.
remember. I told you, Jim was wounded.
You might want to get that looked at.
Vital for bravery, too. Oh, I beg your pardon, Doctor. This is Jim Hudson.
Yeah, I didn't want to get my uniform all funky. I've got medical discharge.
I'm not that kind of doctor, son.
Owner of a famous gun site mine, the last.
Well, what are you working on, sir?
We're attempting to transmit physical substance by light waves. We almost have it, but so far we've been unable to hit upon an element strong enough or powerful enough to counteract the pull of gravity.
Well, that's amazing.
And I call it the paratron.
Well, would you mind
The
very much, sir,
Paratron.
if I stayed and watched you work?
Not at all. You and Ruth stand over there.
Well, thank you, sir.
Should we be wearing any protective equipment? No.
You know, if you had an auto light ray gun, you'd only have to top it up 3 times a year. It's trying.
Womp womp. It's no use.
Well, it's always the same. The energy isn't strong enough. We almost have it, and then it slips from our grasp.
Only find the proper element, proper atomic combination.
I've tried everything. I don't know where to go from here.
Well,
All
could it be
elements.
possible, Doctor, that the substance you're looking for is in mineral form?
Naturally. Radium is mineral, and that has energy.
Oh, here we go
But not
again.
the particular-
Radium.
Well, that's what I meant.
What, radium?
No, not exactly. It's something Pop wrote me about when I was on Guadalcanal. Now, he hasn't told anyone else about it because he thinks he's got a great discovery.
Well, what is it?
Well, I can only tell you that... You remember old Grit, Pop's foreman?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was digging in number 3 shaft one day last spring, and he came across this mysterious substance, whatever it is, and he hit it with his pick, and it knocked him down.
Astounding. Could you arrange to have a sample sent to us? It may be just what we need.
Well, it sounds like it'd be a little too dangerous for shipment.
Why don't you go north with Jim, Dad? Even though there's nothing to it. You'll have a nice vacation. You need a rest.
Well, how about that?
Vacation to
So
Alaska.
it's true. I feel it's our duty. Do you have a place where we could work?
Well, yes, you remember Pop's lab. It's about as big as this.
Oh, excellent.
When can we start? I won't rest until I can find out what this is all about.
Well, transportation's the big problem. How much of this equipment do you have to take?
All this apparatus is necessary.
If I may offer a suggestion, there's a steamship leaving from here in 2 days. And the captain is a very good friend of mine.
Well, then that's fine. You arrange the transportation, and I'll help Dr. Miller get things together.
Bad idea, bad call.
Let's take a steamship to Alaska.
Pleasure cruise to Alaska.
We're taking this lab to go.
Proceed with suggested plan.
Would you take a steamship to Alaska? That actually sounds like
Sounds fun. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. Yikes on the steamship, says Kathy.
Just got word from headquarters. We're going through with everything the way I wanted it.
But I've told you the real secret of the invention is only known to Miller.
Thought you said you could figure this peritron out. You could take it apart and examine it.
Yes, I'm sure I could.
Ooh, we got some espionage going on.
Maybe they're gonna steal the teleport ray. What if they just teleported it away?
Why don't we sail? I don't know. Must be waiting on somebody.
I'll give them guys 5 more minutes, Bosun. If they ain't here, then we'll sail.
Aye, sir.
Hi, Doc. Sorry to have missed you yesterday, but I was busy ashore.
Captain Reader, I would
Yesterday?
like to meet Dr. Miller
How do you do, sir?
and Mr. Hudson.
Oh. Well, here they are, sir.
Cast off this gangplank. We're shoving off. We better check with the purser and see where our cabin is.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Steamship montage. Forgot how much the Universal serials love their stock footage.
Any sign of that fog lifting?
No, Captain. I think we ought to lay to until it does. This is the season for icebergs.
Iceberg
Too
season?
far south for birds.
Well, where's our iceberg gun?
Aye, aye. Matter, you nervous, Dr. House?
Those 2 men who came aboard.
Can we just teleport the
Wonderful they
icebergs out of the way?
They really keep to themselves, don't they? Only time they come out of that cabin's to walk the dog.
If you know what I mean.
Times like these, the important nature of our work, I'm suspicious of everyone. I think
Just
I'll
that
take a walk
walk
in
of the
bed.
dog. Let's take a break right there. We're right at around 9 minutes. I'm at 9:07, but that's about halfway. So a perfect, well, not there. Perfect place to take a break. All right. So that was the first half of the Great Alaskan Mystery, Chapter 1, Shipwrecked Among Icebergs. Even just saying the title, I realized that we already know what's going to happen, but we're halfway through. That was a spoiler for the second half of the episode, but what do you think's going to happen, Evan?
Gosh, I just don't know what could happen.
Oh, come on, Evan, with that
between
smug look on
ship
your
and an
face, you know.
iceberg.
You know that look on your face.
We all know. We know how this is gonna go. That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, so far, it's... I mean, they got me... Yeah, they got me...
Having fun.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you got some top secret device that we gotta keep, you know, there's all these people that want it. And I'm like, all right.
So when we were watching Phantom Empire, there was a ray gun kind of doomsday weapon in play there too, wasn't there?
Yeah, the
What did that thing do again?
didn't it just like It wasn't like a disintegrating ray, but isn't that what it did? Was that it just like made people, or was it a lightning ray? They had like multiple things, didn't they? They did have a ray.
It was like a lightning chamber, and then yeah, maybe it was a disintegrating.
Oh no,
ray.
but didn't they like shoot something with that ray and it didn't even like really do anything? It just shot like a little like a little bit of fire at something, but it didn't really do anything.
Oh,
it didn't have as much of an
remembered.
impact.
I know that they destroyed the city somehow in the end, and I don't remember if that was from the gun or just from an earthquake. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So our teleportation gun is like a little less exciting than that. Is I guess kind of what I'm getting at, but yeah, we haven't really had a teleportation. We haven't had a whole lot of teleportation.
So is that what it is? It's a teleportation gun? Because I didn't. I guess I didn't.
It said it was moving matter through light waves or something, which just sounds like, you know, sci-fi speak for teleporting.
Oh, I just assumed it was just some kind of death ray.
I mean, maybe it is. Maybe that.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Sears. That's exactly what's gonna happen to me when I finally beat Manos. I'm waiting for the day. I can't
get all smug. Like,
tell
hey,
you. Ooh.
I beat Manos.
Yeah, that's what you look like after you beat Manos. I can only hope to be so lucky. Yeah, but I mean, in the whole idea of going to Alaska, I mean that's fun at the very least. But I mean, I think Phantom Creeps had some kind of like, didn't it have some kind of death ray or some kind of something like that?
I remember the spiders, and yeah, there was some kind of ray there too.
I mean, and
Wasn't
then
it on his belt or something.
Yeah, he had something on his belt, and maybe I'm wrong, but maybe even Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe had some kind of device that did something like that.
Well, I know the robots in that one had like laser guns, or they were. Like,
wait, were there robots in that?
Weren't there?
Didn't we have like we were trying to figure, there was something that we thought there were robots in, but there weren't actually robots in it. Was it that there were robots in that, but there weren't any in Undersea Kingdom? I don't know. We lost track of our robots at a certain point. But I can't remember with.
Wait, weren't there? Where were the Volkites from? Was that Undersea Kingdom?
I don't remember. That sounds more like Flash Gordon, but I remember we had this conversation on some Minisode a long time ago where we were talking about the robots in one thing and then realized that there were no robots in it. And for some reason I felt like it was Flash Gordon, because we like looked it up and we couldn't find any pictures of a Flash Gordon robot. We'll have to do some further research during the break. But it is good. It's a good segue because, you know, we said earlier that some of the people that worked on tonight's serial had previously worked on the Phantom Creeps. Well, of course, also many of the people involved in tonight's serial had previously worked on the Flash Gordon series, which comes from the same studio, Universal. And Universal did 3 Flash Gordon serials in total. And we watched the last one, which that came out in 1940. So that was still like 4 years before this. So pretty like significant amount of time, but you know, those Flash Gordon serials were kind of considered really like high class for serials, and the sci-fi elements were very it was just unique, you know. I mean, it was other serials, you know, it took a while for other serials to start going down that sci-fi road. So it's just interesting that a lot of people that are worked on the serial that we'll watch over the next few weeks, cut their teeth on the Flash Gordon stuff, which we had a lot of fun with. Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe, you know? Like, I mean,
I enjoyed watching Space Robin Hood and the maybe robots. I don't really know anymore.
Yes, we're gonna have to.
Whatever was going on,
can't remember, but we'll look into it. But we we at Sears, we had a lot of fun when we watched Flash Gordon, just comparing all the wardrobe choices of the protagonist and the antagonist, because they were each really duking it out, not with their fists, but with their fashion sense. And I think that it's debatable who really came out on top, Ming or Flash. But suffice to say, certainly a big moment in high fashion. Alana's in the house. Welcome, Alana. You missed the first half of the serial, but you really didn't miss too much. There's just some plucky scientists on their way to Alaska to go find a new mineral to help them with their doomsday device. It's my bad.
Yeah, you didn't even miss the boat, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, Evan said smugly. Yes, we yeah, you haven't missed too much. We've just been enjoying the first half of this and just getting back into serials again. It's nice, you know. We're anxiously awaiting the cliffhanger, which we know probably what it will involve, but we'll see. It's you know, again, like, this is our 5th serial, or maybe it's our 6th serial. I've got the 6th serial. We are, you know, it's kind of funny what you know, like, they're all different, but they're all kind of the same, you know? Like, there's not really, like, too much variation after a certain point.
First episode, how many, like, first episodes have we had where it's, you know, we meet the team and we're spending a lot of it just in transit getting to the new place.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and there's this bad guy that wants the thing that we've got, and we got to keep it from him. I mean, pretty much every serial. I mean, obviously, I think the Western serial is probably deviated a little bit, but probably not too much, you know, in terms of the beats. I mean, obviously, the narrative content is totally different, but beat-wise, I think you're probably working with about the same things. So yeah, I mean, I think what's been nice here though is that, you know, the bad guys with the other serials, especially with Phantom Creeps and Whispering Shadow, the bad guys just always felt very, like, not bad, because they're usually just bumbling henchmen. Right?
Yeah, just
like,
some random goons.
Right. Yeah, it's usually just a goon squad, whereas here the bad guys are Nazis or working for Nazis or something like that. So, classic bad guy. You know, you can put your stakes behind that, and I'm like, okay, like, I can, you know, I know a Nazi when I see one. That's how they casted them back in this old-fashioned times of Hollywood. Like, the guy that is playing the assistant of the doctor right now, he was constantly being hired to play Nazis. And throughout his entire career, because he was German and because, you know, he looked menacing. And that was the thing. That was how Hollywood casted their Nazis. They looked for particularly menacing looking people that had a European accent, right? So you know, stereotypical, yes, but it's easier for me to keep track of that than a bunch of guys in fedoras fumbling around over each other, you know?
Right, yeah.
So you take it for what it is.
Especially when they're going up against a bunch of guys in fedoras who aren't bumbling up against each other.
Right. Yeah, Phantom Creep showed us he can get real jumbled real fast. You don't know who's who. And Whispering Shadow to a degree. So it remains to be seen, but I think we'll get a little bit of variation here. So I'm excited for it. But and yeah, we'll obviously, you know, as the weeks go on, I'll get more specific with who these actors are, and we'll see trailers from what they've done and all that. But don't want to give it all away. You know, we're just getting started. This is a 13 chapter serial, but it's an extended season, so plenty of time to get into it. But again, you know, we've been enjoying these serials, and we got to come into our pre-roll seeing a trailer for a serial that we've seen before. So during our break, unfortunately, I don't have a trailer for a serial that we've seen before, but in the same series, because I have the trailers for Flash Gordon and Flash Gordon's Trip to Mars. I may just run one trailer. I've got both of them here in this video, but I may just run one. Oh, tongue twister. 2-word tongue twister. Run one. But you know, perfect example of what the Flash Gordon serials were all about. And again, like, I think the same directors, or one of the directors that did this serial that we're going to be watching over the next few weeks, directed 2 of the 3 Flash Gordon serials. So like to keep the connections going. And no worries, Alana, you didn't miss much last night with the arcade, by the way, because I didn't get anywhere. I killed Tor a few more times, but no progress. So you didn't miss much in the arcade, don't worry. But anyway, we're gonna get this break, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into the exciting conclusion of Chapter 1 of The Great Alaskan Mystery. So stick around. We will be right back.
From the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C.
Privilege to bail out now, if you wish. Yes, huh?
Get it open. Keep an eye out there.
Why does not the sacred gong sound the final note which completes the marriage ceremony? Great God, Teo is displeased! Your slimy hands off her, and you grab him!
And we are back. So that was the trailer for Flash Gordon. And yeah, Alana, I was getting a little frustrated toward the end of last night. I was keeping a lid on it though, I would say. But yes, Kathy and Sears were certainly trying to keep a level head on my shoulders. And yeah, at 10:30, Kathy was like, "All right, we're cutting you off," and so I was able to squeak in one more round. Like I was like died at like 10:27, and I was like, "Okay, I can start one more before 10:30, and then we'll call it." And so, you know, it's still not quite where I want to be, but. You know, as when I signed off last night, I said, I've committed to this. I'm not going to give up. You guys have invested your time watching me play, so I have to win for you guys. So I'm not going to give up, even though I really want to. As I was saying last night, I said, if y'all weren't watching me right now, I said, this is normally the point in the game where I'd give up. And say, I hate video games. I'm not playing this anymore. I'm done. As Evan can attest, I'm not my patience for video games wears thin pretty quick.
Yeah, this one's for y'all.
Yeah. so I am forcing myself to really stick with it and not give up. So yeah, that's idiot. Yeah, that's my go-to when I'm just really frustrated. And that's the thing, I'm not even always directing the idiot at myself. Sometimes I'm just directing it like at my fingers, or like one finger in particular, because it didn't hit the space bar fast enough. Right, kinda, we can split hairs. But yeah, so we'll be keeping at it. I'll have to kind of see with my schedule what that's looking like next week, but I'm going to keep at it. But speaking of keeping at it, we're about to keep at it with the second half of Chapter 1 of The Great Alaskan Mystery. And where we left off, they got onto this steamship with this important scientific discovery. Not quite a breakthrough yet, but I think they're gonna be venturing into some rough waters pretty soon, because as they said, it is iceberg season. Who knew that was a thing, right?
Icebergs are on the prowl.
Iceberg season, iceberg season. You always can tell when it's iceberg season, because you're out in the ocean the day before iceberg season, you don't hear anything. And then when you're out there on the day of iceberg season, you're just hearing people shooting at their icebergs with their iceberg guns. So, yeah, there's there's my lame joke for the evening. Thank you. So go figure what's gonna happen to them, what they're gonna run into. Not a proverbial iceberg, but a very real one. But
which is a proverbial iceberg?
Yeah, what is a the proverbial iceberg? What is that?
Whatever causes your steamship to sink.
I guess so. Well, on that note, Evan, anything before we get into it?
I don't know if I could top that.
Well, then, without further ado, Evan, if you've got it queued up.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and get into the exciting conclusion of the Great Alaskan Mystery. Hold on, what is it? Shipwrecked among icebergs. ... Right now.
He's really jumpy, isn't he? Is he? I haven't noticed. How well do you know Dr. House? He was well recommended. Well, are you sure of it? One is never sure of anything, least of all of men. But don't worry. The real secret of the Peritron is known only to me. You're not as absent-minded as you
Peritron.
Peloton.
Leave them aboard. There's no telling who or what they might be. If Miller and Hudson were murdered crudely.
What do you mean, crudely? Ain't you ever heard of an accident?
When will this accident happen?
As soon as we get further north out of the sea lanes. You happy now?
Scientist Captain is seldom happy. Oh, Captain. I advise you to check on those two men and find out who they are.
As far as I know, they're just two guys named Gray and Dunn.
Are you sure the American secret agents are not catching up with you? You know, this ship has a bad reputation ever since those two miners disappeared overboard last month.
I'll keep an eye on them. See what you can find out, too.
We've been passing ice floes all evening, Captain. And that means icebergs.
Uh-oh.
All right. Lay to it for morning.
Aye, aye, sir.
Uh-oh.
Carrier pigeons. They won't hurt you.
Those hounds of mine been smelling pigeons for days.
Uh-oh. These are Nazi carrier pigeons. Didn't you see
the iceberg?
Didn't you see the little swastika tattooed on its chest?
I thought it was strange the captain has carrier pigeons on board and is keeping it a secret. I don't know. Carrier pigeons are a respectable hobby. Maybe so, but we were wondering why Greeter doesn't send his messages by radio. Probably part of his hobby. Does seem kind of strange, though, doesn't it?
I don't understand it. Well, I wouldn't give it a thought. Well, gentlemen, I'm tired. I think I'll take a little walk around the deck and then go to bed.
Well, I thought you'd like to know. Yeah, well, thanks, Dunn.
Dunn discovered the pigeons. He saw you send a message. I'm sure now that he is an American agent.
You go back to your cabin. I'll handle this.
Murder?
Ah, the iceberg got him.
This puddle of water near the murder weapon must be fingerprints.
Like to have a little talk with you, if you don't mind. Sure. All right, Don. We're alone back here. Speak right up and tell me what you're doing on board my ship.
I'm going up north. Anything wrong with that?
Ever since you came on board, you've been snooping around.
You got something to hide, Captain? Like maybe carrier pigeons?
Listen, you.
Oh.
Who you are or...
What?
Oh! He's gonna throw him overboard.
Wow.
Dang.
Signal the engine room. We're proceeding at 5 knots, Bosun.
Captain, you can't move with them icebergs out there.
I'm giving the orders here.
Oh! Damn.
I'm the captain now.
Captain Bully.
I tell you, there's something wrong with this boat.
Oh, sit down. Take it easy. He'll see what. Oh, he's most likely with the captain.
No, I was on the bridge. The bosun says there's no one with the captain.
The captain had better be told. The captain should see him this minute. The ship must be searched from top to bottom.
Thanks. Oh, they're moving again. I tell you, whoever's running this boat is crazy.
That's right, a lot.
What happened to Dunn?
I heaved him over the side.
Miller and Hudson already suspect something. Then they missed them. They're caught on investigation.
What's the difference? Means we've got to work right now.
Now?
Go below and send Miller, Gray, and Hudson up to me.
Oh, not that way.
We're gonna kill everybody on this ship.
And this is dissolved in water. It releases a deadly gas.
Won't they see it?
No. It's colorless and odorless. Now, if you could manage to lock them up in here.
Leave that to me. Send them up.
I wouldn't be too hasty in accusing the captain. Mr. Gray is a friend of Dr. House, you know. The captain would like to see you, gentlemen. Actually, he's very much concerned.
And you'll get some action.
Does he want me to? Yes, Doctor. A matter of routine, I believe.
He's got 3 bullets.
So, in view of the fact that there's a passenger missing from my ship, I'm going to hold you 3 until I get to the bottom of this.
Clever, aren't you, Captain? We don't know anything about it.
Well, it's all ridiculous.
What?
Gentlemen, make yourselves comfortable until I get back.
Spiked the water. Uh-oh.
We're locked in. What is this, a frame-up?
Got the Paratron?
Yes. I also found his notes. Perhaps the secret of the Paratron is among them.
Uh-oh. Dead ahead.
Iceberg! Dead ahead!
Is it just that common for an iceberg to be that in front of you like that? That everybody knows to say dead ahead?
We're gonna crash! Let's get out of here!
Because you know what dead ahead sounds like, right? It sounds like we're fucking screwed.
Yeah, it looks like they are screwed.
We struck an iceberg. Can't last 15 minutes. Get the Paratron on those notes and come back here and wait. I'll lower a lifeboat.
Good luck. Uh-oh. Abandoned ship. What? Whoa. Ooh. Did they drink the water?
So it's reacting with the water, putting out a gas.
Maybe, yeah, I guess.
Oh,
Oh man, that's it.
Nice
Oh,
transition
come
there.
on. Ah, dang. Wow. Well,
really should have known there.
you're right. It should really should have known there. It's always funny when we take time off from these serials and then we come back. I'm like, I don't know what I expected.
You forget that right as it gets exciting is
That's-
exactly when it ends.
Yeah, it's always a very abrupt, like, out of nowhere in the last 30 seconds
Yeah.
thing.
I was getting into it, man.
I know, I was too. Yeah, what a place to end it. I mean, again, that's sort of the power of a cliffhanger. But they cut it at a spot where we're all like, "Come on!" Like it was just, I was just getting to like. I thought they'd at least show a little bit post wreck. I was really hoping that they wouldn't make the wreck the cliffhanger, but they did.
Well, we're shipwrecked on what was it? Shipwrecked among icebergs.
Yeah. So we haven't even established we made it to Alaska yet. Who knows where we are? So, that's the other thing I had to remind myself too is, these serials, it's just some of them, a lot of them, the title of the episode is just what we're going to get at the very end. I guess that's how I think a lot of the Flash Gordon ones worked out that way. Yeah, that's part of the reason why it's a little like, it's because not every serial that we've seen does it that way, but I know there was one that did it pretty often. I think it must have been Flash. But hey, not too bad for his first chapter, but that was the first chapter of The Great Alaskan Mystery. So what did we think, Evan?
I mean, it had me engaged. I'm pretty excited to keep going with this. This is a more well-known one, right?
Yeah, again, it had a little bit more of a budget because it came from a little bit of a bigger studio. I don't know if it was a success or not. I'm gonna have to do my research over the course of these next few weeks, but it definitely,
maybe it's not that great of an Alaskan mystery.
Well, yeah, that's the wouldn't be the first time that we've been duped by a title, would it? But
the OK Alaskan Mystery.
Yeah, the adequate Alaskan Mystery. We'll see. But no, I mean, it really wasn't a bad first chapter. I'd say that the characters are all it's all laid out pretty simply. It started very fast, it ended very fast. Again, it's funny, we said it earlier, all these serials aren't the same, but they're kind of all the same.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well, I mean, we've ended up shipwrecked before.
Have we?
Haven't we? Well, I guess when they got to so in Undersea Kingdom, did they crash land or did they land? I don't really remember.
I think they docked, right? Because they were just the sub was just sitting on that dock, like, and then the bad guys went and sabotaged it when before they wanted to leave. Yeah, they just floated up in the city. So yeah, no, but I think Flash may have crashed somewhere at some point. I'm not quite sure. Sounds fitting, but yeah, I mean, pretty good way to start it off. Pretty good cliffhanger. I mean, you know, they're gonna
so that scientist, I hope he doesn't actually need all that apparatus, because that stuff is gone.
Well, no, remember they packed it in the lifeboat.
All of it?
I
saw they had like a trunk.
They had a crate. Yeah, they had a little trunk crate. It was not very big.
When he was in the lab, he made it out like, oh, you know, it's gonna be a whole
affair. Yeah, it's the whole room. Every piece of equipment we've got in here, and then just a tiny little box. All they take on the boat. So yeah,
very efficient packer.
I guess so. I guess they didn't need much. But yeah, when you're in Alaska, the resources are going to be scarce. You got to be ready for that. So you got to make this machine work with like the bare minimum, you know, unless you need oil to make the machine work, in which case you're in the perfect spot. Plenty of oil to be found up in those parts.
Are they? They're looking for radium, though, aren't they?
Well, it's some unidentified mineral that this dude's dad found. Some like new mineral that is super strong or something.
Okay.
It's what they need to make the Tron, whatever it's called, work.
Yeah,
the something Tron. Every device and all these things, it's the something Tron, the Tron. You know, it's just kind of whatever fancy little thing you can put before the word Tron. So yeah, you got enough story elements introduced so far that I'm hooked. So excited to see where they can take it next week. But you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait a week. But don't worry, we've got plenty of stuff for you until then. Of course, as always, we're going to be bringing you a new feature film on Friday night. And, you know, kicking off this season, much like we started off the post-Shocktober season last year, with a little offering from outer space. And this time, instead of Plan 9, it's going to be teenagers from outer space. And this is see, I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's one of those cheesy, so bad it's good sci-fi movies, but I'm excited for it. I'm hopeful. I always enjoy, you know, getting to see something I haven't seen before. So my hopes are high for this. And of course, as always, Evan brings us a delicious cocktail to pair with the evening's film in a little segment which we call
What Were You Drinking?
And what are we going to be drinking on Friday, Evan?
So this week for our teenager movie, we're going to be channeling our inner teen and make some questionable choices. So we've got a Jägermeister cocktail.
Oh,
yeah. I was really, and just you wait, because I was really trying to think, if I was a teenager and I was, what would I mix together? And what I came up with is what I'm calling the teen scene. This is a shot of Jägermeister, a dash of orange bitters, and a splash of hard lemon seltzer, because I hear that's what the kids are drinking now.
Oh, is that what the kids like nowadays?
Yeah, that's what these teens are into.
Well, with that smug look on your face, I guess I have to trust you.
Well, I certainly think I'm right.
Oh, I can tell. No, I'm excited. It sounds, yeah, like you're saying, it's definitely sounds like the kind of thing that a teenager raiding the cabinets while the parents are out of town, the kind of cocktail that they would make. So I think it's perfect for a teen movie. I think you're spot on with your concoction this week.
Yeah, we're gonna give it a try.
Yeah, I'm excited. Should be good. Again, crazy teenagers making rash decisions. That's how you get, a questionable cocktail and a questionable movie. So, no, I don't know. It's always funny, cocktails that Evan is always like, I don't know how this is going to be. They always end up being like really good. Like always end up like
sometimes. We get surprised, but
no, but I would say like you're like it's like 8 out of 10. Like your track record has been, your batting average is very good.
Well, at least I don't think this week is gonna be. It's not gonna taste like ocean.
I was gonna say I think that might be your all-time like. Much like with our movies, you can't use the word worst. You can't use the word bad. It's something like it transcended all of those things to be exactly what you wanted it to be in a way that you could never have imagined that it would be. Much like a cult film.
Let's hope that this drink will make us all feel a little bit younger then.
I hope so. I'm excited for it. So, of course, you can catch that this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And like we said, we're going to be kicking off season 12 there. And we'll be getting our Saturday Night Shockers started back up on Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. I still got to put that together. Still haven't figured out what I'm doing. Like I had going into Shocktober, and I guess like all of season 10 or 11, I had like all the Saturday Night Shockers already planned out. And so it was like nice that I didn't have to like come up with it week to week. And so now I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do this week? So I need to just sit down and come up with a whole bunch. So that way I'm not like struggling week to week, but have a new one of those for you this Saturday. So looking forward to that. And, we have, kind of various installments of the spine-tingling tales, Evans.
Yeah, they'll be coming back. I'm still in so the reason I'm not on camera tonight is I'm currently moving offices, and that's part of that is I haven't recorded it anymore, but don't worry, don't fret, it's coming back.
He's coming back. He is gonna be getting all those scary stories into your ear holes, so don't worry. And then like I said, I gotta see with my schedule next week in terms of the arcade, but I will keep you guys posted. Should have a better idea by Friday. So but thanks everybody so much for watching tonight and chatting. Of course, Kathy, Sears, Alana, I know we had Noah in the chat earlier. Thanks everybody so much for being here tonight. We, again, happy to be back here with our friends, hanging out, having a good time. That's what the show is all about, of course. And so always great to spend the night hanging out with you guys, watching some good old public domain content. So we're going to be keeping it going all winter long. So don't go anywhere. But if you want to catch up on any of our past episodes, of course, all those you can find over on our YouTube page. We're over there at Screamstream Live, so be sure to like and subscribe. We're also over on Twitter and Instagram at Scream Stream Live, so you can find Evan's cocktail recipe. You need to go out and buy the ingredients. Can't remember what they are. You don't want to scroll through this episode to find them. You can go to the Instagram page, TikTok. We've got all our shorts on there, all that good stuff. So, of course, if you want to follow Evan or myself on the socials, you can find me over on Twitter at Spakenstein, and Mr. Evan Sink is on Twitter and Instagram at Caligari Cursed. Anything before we sign off tonight, Evan?
So if they get this teleportation ray working, are we going to see Mike TV?
Finally, after all this time.
I've got the golden ticket to Alaska.
Willy Wonka's been the big thing he's been keeping from everybody. Should have known.
This secret Alaskan factory.
Mm-hmm. From the very beginning.
Yeah, there you go. Once Willy Wonka enters the public domain in however many years.
Yeah, and I'm like 40-ish. Probably less than that. Like 50-ish. Well, God willing, we'll still be alive kicking there to write some Willy Wonka public domain fanfic. But until then, sweet screens, everybody.
And to all, a good fright.